the lovely River District of New Orleans. After they sent me a cease and desist to stop talking about them, never mind that pesky First Amendment, well, I ignored them because it made me even more curious. So I filed a few public information requests and figured out what's going on with the taxes and the affordable housing. But first, let's start off by showing y'all where this development actually is. We know that the convention center owns the land, but did you know that the convention center is a state-owned entity and that it's public land exempt from all property tax? It's when we can use the convention center during hurricanes and other disasters. It's our public land that we, the people of New Orleans, can use when we need it. All right, now let's talk about all these deals that the River District has entered into. So Shell Oil has agreed to build a brand new fancy office building in the River District. Shell will relocate the headquarters of its Gulf Coast operations from its longtime home on Poydras Street to the planned River District neighborhood. Its location is where the convention center meets Henderson. Shell Oil will pay zero property tax on the land because they will benefit from the pilot program. More on the pilot agreement very soon. They will also benefit from a 2% sales tax increase that the River District self-appointed board awarded themselves. The parties further agree that any sales and use sales tax savings obtained in connection with a pilot shall be dedicated to, quote, affordable housing. All right, moving on to Topgolf. Okay, so Topgolf has also entered into a sublease with the River District. The amount of lawsuits over the years with Topgolf is really astounding. Here's one where they were fraudulent in getting approval to build in Louisville. Nationwide class action lawsuits alleging that they're paying below minimum wage. So let's look at the location of that super sexy Topgolf land. Oh, nice. It's right in the middle of a nationally recognized historic neighborhood. Seems like such a great spot for a huge corporate mega chain to dump their 15-story high golf nets and fill the area with an army of chads and polos, blaring shitty top 40 hits outside till 2 a.m. every night. What a party. When I think of historic neighborhoods, I think of chad, golf, bad music, and beer. So sexy. It hurts. To top it off, Topgolf will also not pay any property tax. Stop it. Hey, let's hear from Topgolf representative Zach Smith.
As with all of their projects, Topgolf has a track record of being involved and listening to and interacting with the community.
Gee golly, he looks an awful lot like... Wait a second. That looks like Zach Smith, who was in charge of safety and permits when the Hard Rock collapsed and took 3 workers' lives.
Zach Smith now being reassigned. This comes after 3 city building inspectors are accused of approving inspections at the Hard Rock Hotel without actually going to the construction site.
The city says they used photos to approve inspections before the October collapse that killed 3 workers. Smith had been in charge of safety and permits since July 2018. The department is the focus of ongoing city and federal investigations.
So my question is, why is the guy that was involved in our city's worst construction failures that cost us 3 lives even involved in a massively huge project like this? All right, let's talk about the pilot agreement. Payment in lieu of taxes is what pilot stands for. In the pilot agreement, the River District agreed to build affordable housing in exchange for paying property tax. Okay, this is the original agreement where they defined the different parcels. I want to show you the map real quick to show you where these parcels are. Parcel 1A, 50,000 square foot retail with 300 apartment style hotel units. And parcel 1B, 220 mixed income housing units with at least 110 of them being affordable housing and or workforce housing. Parcel 2, office use, that would be the Shell building. Let's look at these documents. Let's see how the city defines affordable housing. For rental projects, the affordable units in an affordable housing development shall be rented to families earning no more than 60% of the area median income, or AMI. All right, there is a lawsuit right now with the Bucket Brigade over how the River District pushed the pilot through with very little, if any, community knowledge. Let's read that lawsuit. Alleging that the city council hastily greenlit the project's tax break via an illegal approval process. The suit explains how the project's agreement raises the tax burden on New Orleans citizens while exempting Shell Oil Company from $21.6 million in property taxes despite its failure to meet public benefit requirements. All right, here is yet another lawsuit aimed at the River District. This one in particular is very interesting. Let's read what lawyer Ken Barnes has to say about the suit. He claims that the convention center leased the land to RDNI, River District, for around $800,000 per year, despite it being valued at around $1.6 million a year. Barnes says that the RDNI then leased that same land to Topgolf for $1.5 million a year, meaning that they stand to profit $700,000 a year. It's money, he says, that the public could be getting. Then, of course, the Orleans Parish School Board asked City Council to rescind the pilot because they were cut out of it. The letter dated December 12th, signed by all 7 board members and the superintendent, Avis Williams, asked the City Council to seek public input to more fully consider the implications of the 15-year tax break for the district's developers. The school system is among the biggest recipients of property tax, so the school board would bear much of the burden of this tax break. Oh, these twists and turns and the absolute shadiness of the River District is next-level evil villain type stuff. Speaking of evil villains, let's hear from one of River District's key investors, Nicole Weber.
Something that leaves a legacy not just for my family and my interests, but for all New Orleans families.
Well, see, now I'm gonna have to play the voicemail family-oriented Nicole Weber left me when I voiced concerns about her Bakery Village project in my neighborhood. Let's listen in.
This is not fair. I'm the only developer, female developer in the city trying to do something right and correct. And now I'm just getting shit for it. And I literally spend every day of my life from sunrise to beyond sundown working my butt off to make sure that these houses are built correctly and built properly, and we're just contributing to the neighborhood and putting good neighbors in the neighborhood. And I don't make a fucking dime off of this, and I'll open my books to anyone who wants to question me.
Other things that I found after doing these public information requests is that the River District will also benefit from $25 million in funds that were set aside in an escrow account specifically for the River District to use for infrastructure. Okay, before we get into parcels, I should probably define what a parcel is. A parcel of land means parcel, block, or tract of land that is occupied or may be occupied by a structure or structures or other use, and includes yards and other open spaces required under zoning, subdivision, or other development ordinances. Essentially, it's how they break up land. All right, now for the really juicy stuff. Let's take a look at development hurdles. In the original agreement with the convention center, you'll see that they have parcel 1B listed as mixed income with 110 affordable housing units. In the following amended agreement, they have combined 1A and 1B into just one parcel and labeled it Topgolf. They have also moved all the affordable housing that once was on that land to a different parcel that doesn't seem to have any plans of being built in any document or any plan that I've seen. They appeared to have moved the affordable housing units off the Topgolf land, but yet still get to keep that pilot status. Interesting. I also can't seem to find any contracts or agreements with developers to actually build this affordable housing at all. What happens to the affordable housing when they sell the land or leave the development? What happens after Shell Oil office buildings built and Topgolf is built? What happens if they fail? After looking through everything, researching, being gaslit by Councilmember Harris, and then being sent a cease and desist by the River District, my opinions are that we won't ever see this affordable housing. We will give away millions in tax dollars needed for our schools, failing infrastructure, and police to these shitty, massive corporations that don't even necessarily need our fucking money. We, the working class, will once again suffer because of all this bullshit. What I want to happen is for us to tax the rich. I want affordable housing for lower income families, culture bearers, artists, musicians, and service industry folks. I also want lower property tax for the middle class so we can actually survive here in our beloved New Orleans. So just do the right thing, River District.